My traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, the dawn is breaking on the stage that holds our final destiny. And so, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, the show must go on. And on today's episode, it's just another general energy read. It's probably going to be that way through, I don't know that we're getting into any downloads or anything like that until after I come back from vacation. I don't know. I could very well get one like overnight or something like that, but I'm thinking we're just kind of coasting, right? We're just sort of coasting. I don't think anything like super out of the blue is going to pop up, and there's nothing that is like impressing on me to go like, hey, we really need to speak about this, like this sort of a pick a card or whatever before we leave. Though I should probably get out one of the spicy worker pick a cards. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. So let's see what wants to come out. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh my God. Not this year. Sometimes we get weirdness with this. So that means at least we are intercepting either being communication, non-human being communication, it's communication from the other side, however you want to think about that, or it's like somebody's having a direct conversation over the internet or via text messages, or sometimes if somebody's really, really skilled at telepathy or thought projection, we'll pick up on that. So let's see, how does this want to start? It wants to start here with our player character deck. The player character deck has not come out in a long time. And so, you know, in the sovereign age, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, no one is an NPC. We are all player characters. So let's go ahead and see who our player characters are. We have two more, okay. Two more. So we have at least, I guess, 4 people who are maybe in conversation or community, something. It doesn't have to be. Sometimes we get some people know each other and then some people don't. Who's at the bottom of the deck? The Dragon Boy. We could have someone like, this is kind of insouciant. I can't pronounce it, but it's just kind of like, kind of sly, sort of, I'm saying it's like, I don't care, but it's just sort of like a debonair kind of energy. Insouciance. I'm going to stop trying, okay? But I'm just saying, like, this is kind of, it's almost like borderline when I look at this Dragon Boy, like he's a bartender and he's kind of like looking like slyly over his shoulder. It's almost kind of like, it's borderline fuckboy energy. Like, I don't know, we might have something going on with that. So let's see who these 4 player characters are. We have a fairy girl who is having a snack, eating a burger. I don't know, maybe minding her own business or their own business. Because I'm saying fairy girl, fairy boy, it's femme or masc energy. If I ever get around to revamping this deck, because I kind of want to make them larger, I'm going to put more like non-binary stuff in it, so we get off of the boy-girl binary. We also have a mermaid girl. I'm also getting like people vibing. This just might be people having a good time. Fawn girls. I don't know. I'm feeling like this is almost giving like Spice Girls, like some sort of girl pop group. And the elf girl. Oh my God, this is like Charlie's Angels or something. So far, I'm getting like mostly positive energy from this, but like the darkest I've got is this elf girl, right? Because she kind of has a serious face and she's also like a hacker, but it's just like, I have some sort of girl group. Or it's just a group of friends, right? It's a group of friends who are like vibing in their own ways and they're all together. This is also very much giving me like a particular sort of anime type of, like, you know those shows that it's like a moe show almost, but like not shitty and not fan servicey. It's kind of giving me that energy. So these could all be people on a group chat. So let me go ahead and get like some energy on these people. Hold on, let me give it a shuffle. We're gonna get like some energy on each of our individual player characters here. Because at the moment, I'm not sure who's representing the collective, if the collective is involved, or if these are people around y'all. These could also be guides. If these are beings from beyond, we could be picking up on your team. All right, our fairy girl. Oh no, we've got fright and third wheel. You know what I'm getting on this? This isn't a third party situation. Our fairy girl, I don't know if they might be new to the group, or like we have someone here with our fairy girl who goes through those little phases where like they have a group of friends, but like every so often their anxiety creeps up on them and they're just like, oh, all these people actually hate me. Like they don't like me at all, they hate me. And it's not true. Or this is someone who is maybe new to the group and they haven't found their particular vibe yet. It could be either of those things. Our mermaid girl is indulgement, persuasion, bribe, temptation. This almost seems like somebody who's telling like bribe, it's kind of like they're trying to be like, this isn't true. Like it feels like somebody's friend is trying to like talk somebody down off of a ledge or a proverbial ledge with their anxiety. It's just like, no, of course we all like you, like stop. And then the fawn girl, collaboration. So like whoever the fawn girl is, like they're just like more like, if we're talking the Powerpuff Girls, right? That's like Blossom, commander and the leader. They might be more in charge of like organizing outings or events, because I'm not sure what this group is doing. It might just be a friend group. And then our elf girl is angry. See, I knew like there was like a mad face on this elf girl, and I said that was the only person I was getting kind of weird vibes from. Fury on this elf girl, offense, madness, unpleasantness. Interesting, death. I don't know if like, cause like our two parties, like our fairy girl and our elf girl, those are both technically like beings of the earth. They're very closely related. Technically, so is the fawn girl, but like what I'm saying is our fairy girl and our elf girl are like bookending the other two. I don't know if there's been some sort of conflict between these two, that our two in the center, the mermaid girl and the fawn girl, are trying to like ease this out. So let me go ahead and see what our elf girl is mad about. Maybe we can get some idea here. What is our elf girl mad about? The 6 of coins. It could be an imbalance in a relationship. It could actually be like a money thing. Like if these people go out and have like group outings, like brunches or something like that, and there's some sort of, or like they go to concerts together, and there's some sort of pre-planning, like with people purchasing tickets or things like that. Sometimes that can screw with like a friend group when there's something about money. 10 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. This person is mad about money. And they're saying like, hey, like Knight of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. There's something financial going on here that this person's angry about. So let me just check to see if this involves like our elf girl over here, third wheel and fright. Because it may just be like something going on with the group that like doesn't. 3 of Pentacles, third wheel. 3 of Pentacles, third wheel, Pentacles. Like I'm thinking that something potentially went on here between 2 of these people. Yes, 4 of Pentacles. It's almost like perhaps like our elf girl does not have as much money to give to a certain situation, or some sort of material resource, and so our elf girl is angry. Because it's like this person has to give this certain amount if they want to be like in the group or involved with whatever we're doing together. And this elf girl, it's not due to any sort of like, I don't think this is due to any sort of, oh, Seven of Swords. I don't know. What's that Seven of Swords? Oh, there is something going on here. I was gonna say, it doesn't seem like this fairy girl is like not giving money because they don't want to. It's because like they either don't have it or feel like they don't have it, but now I've got this Seven of Swords devil. Like, what the heck is that? King of Wands. There might be something going on here with like this person's partner. That like there's some sort of, it's probably a little bit too shrill to say like financial control, but it's sort of like, it's potentially the reason why they can't give a certain amount of money to this thing is that like there's something weird going on with either their partner, spouse, or it's like a brother or like something. Like someone has some potential like influence over this person that they know if they like spend money without this person's permission or they spend too much money, like they're scared. Like I don't know. This is kind of weird. So let's go ahead, because I've never seen this storyline before. So let's go ahead and get some messages out here, because I feel like this is giving more kind of like group chat. So what's happening? That's too much. Okay, so our fairy girl. Not gonna lie, I'm really creeped out. I know you're only hitting me up. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm hitting me up. I was about to get really scared with like when I was talking about like the financial control thing. I was like, oh, like somebody's actually like being harmed. Not gonna lie, I'm really creeped out. I know you're only hitting me up because my startup is killing it right now. Nice try, buddy. Should have been nicer to me in high school. So it's possible, like, because I'm saying elf girl, right? Just because it's a girl doesn't mean it's a girl. Just because that King of Wands is a king doesn't mean that it's a boy, right? So whoever is potentially being represented by our elf girl, right? Because elf girl is in fury, which is fire. Potentially, this King of Wands is this elf girl. Because we're saying there's like some sort of financial conflict going on here. This person isn't giving me what I think I deserve or what is like correct for the group or something like that. So fright and third wheel, not gonna lie, I'm really creeped out. So however like this group is dealing with the elf girl, or at least one person in it, they're freaked out. And the reason why they're holding back from these people or this person is because like apparently they're having potentially some sort of success. My startup is killing it right now. Nice try, buddy. You should have been nicer to me in high school. So these people do all know each other, but it's like this elf girl and the fairy girl that are in the main conflict. And at least from this fairy girl's side, what it seems like is that these people, or at least one of the people in this group, is like a user. Like they're trying to use them. It's like, it's this fairy elf girl who is King of Wands, Seven of Swords, devil. So this fairy girl thinks this elf girl has like shady motives. So now we're going to mermaid girl and like indulgement, which is like bribe, temptation, persuasion. So something's tone down the crazy and try again. Okay, so not gonna lie, I'm really creeped out. Like this person who's trying to like cajole our fairy girl into participating in the group is sort of like whatever you're thinking about this person, like, isn't true. Like, it's probably the, not gonna lie, I'm really creeped out. That's like, tone down the crazy and try again. Like, this person's not the devil. Like, maybe you should communicate with them in a different way. Sweetie, I think you should keep that private. It's like, I don't know if someone is like making it public that, like what they think about another person specifically, but it's sort of like this mermaid girl is trying to be like, what you're saying about this person is like wrong, or it's like they think that this person is oversharing or something like that. So let's see what our fawn girl is doing. Or it's like you're being too messy. Like you're being really messy. All right, our fawn girl is like, listen, I know you think it's funny to text me stuff like that, but it's getting really old and frankly pretty concerning. This person is having a conversation with the elf girl. This is not the fawn girl. It's kind of like right now the mermaid girl and the fairy girl are in a conversation, and then the fawn girl and the elf girl are in a conversation. So then what is the elf girl saying? Honestly, Ian, I'm really rattled by this. So this whole, like, okay, so we've got a bunch of people here who are upset. Obviously, like something has happened where people are like upset. And it seems like our mermaid girl and our fawn girl have kind of had it with the fairy girl and the elf girl. And it's sort of like their messiness is kind of spilling over into the group. It just seems like people are over this. And so then what's like, there's a conversation also happening between the fawn girl and the mermaid girl that the other two are not aware of. Okay, so this mermaid girl is saying, should I text your stepdad, Gary? He's always happy to help. And that was a really aggressive text to wake up to. So it's just like, this mermaid girl is like being proactive in trying to like figure out the situation. And like, should we bring in this person to help? Like, they seem to be able to get things done, because that was a really aggressive text to wake up to. So it's like, it seems like the mermaid girl has like people's best interests at heart. And then what is the fawn girl saying to the mermaid girl? The fawn girl is saying to the mermaid girl, excuse me, Brett, did you shave Grandpa's legs while he was sleeping? That was not okay. I expect clear explanation. Oh, that was a really aggressive text to wake up to. So it seems like this fawn girl got in contact with the mermaid girl talking about whatever's going on with this elf girl. And so it's sort of like, the mermaid girl seems to be like the most stable person in the situation, to be honest with you, or the one who's like trying to keep this the most positive. And then it's sort of like, then the fawn girl, and then like our two kind of messy people are the fairy girl and the elf girl. Okay, so before I go, what has our elf girl really rattled? It just seems more like upset, maybe. The Page of Cups, like these messages, like the situation. Eight of Swords. Oh, it's possible that the elf girl, it's possible that the fairy girl has blocked the elf girl. And that's what's like pissed them off and has them rattled by the situation. They might not understand why they got blocked. Why did the fawn girl send this? Excuse me, Brett. Like, it's just something about a message. Like, they just... A lot of these people, when I'm getting these messages, they're showing up in pages. Like, this group has a really, really immature communication style. And that only gets worse through things like group texts and text messages and things like that. So what it just seems like is everybody needs to get, like, from my perspective, all of these people need to sit down together face to face and have a conversation if they're interested in like maintaining the friendships. I don't know. Like this fawn girl has sent this like kind of out of pocket message to our mermaid girl, the excuse me, Brett. Like, it's sort of like because they see something, they have seen something within the communication that they don't appreciate. That is not okay. I expect a clear explanation. Well, why do they think that this mermaid girl is going to do that? This mermaid girl has some sort of information on like the problem that's going on between the fairy girl and the elf girl. And so I don't know if our fawn girl was blindsided by the fury of the elf girl, and now she's trying to get like tea from the mermaid girl, because this is like tea on the problem, right? Between our other two people. Oh my God. Now you see, this is why I don't involve myself with things like this. Okay. Why is, what has this fairy girl creeped out? Because I'm not getting disingenuous. Like, we've got fright and creeped out. And if someone's being perceived as the King of Wands, Seven of Swords devil, and they were blocked, like, I don't know. Unless that person really is, like, super off the shits with their anxiety issues. I mean, that is potentially going on. But why is this person creeped out? They are creeped out. Well, the Two of Swords, they were frightened or concerned enough about that elf girl that they blocked them, because that's the Two of Swords, Eight of Swords. Like, people got blocked, but why were they creeped out? Like, what led to the blocking? The High Priestess. That's the thing, is that these friends might not know. Like, it might be mysterious. Like, nobody knows what actually happened here, just that something happened. The Emperor. The High Priestess Emperor. I'm a bit mystified at that. Two of Coins. This is something about, like, it is something about like money or something, like, obviously, like with the startup and everything. Okay, is this fairy girl's impression of the elf girl valid? Let me get this, because I've got the Five of Wands, and that's either a confirmation that the elf girl has created some sort of conflict, they are right that they are a drama starter, or that's an indication that our fairy girl has kind of like a chaotic inner state, right? And I'm feeling very anxious. So, I mean, there's a lot of tension going on here. I'm going to try this one more time, because what I've got with this Five of Wands, because I'm asking, like, is the fairy girl's perception of the elf girl valid? I've got this Five of Wands, Page of Wands, Eight of Coins, and I'm still just getting that. Like, the Page of Wands might be a yes, but, like, it's still coming off more to me as this person perceiving our elf girl as someone who is attempting to cause drama or chaos with, like, a specific work that they're doing. So I'm going to try one more time. Very clear, please. We can have that. Is the elf girl, I mean, try that again while I'm shuffling. Is the fairy girl correct about our elf girl? Probably Queen of Pentacles. what I'm getting is like, this is a grounded person, actually. Like, there is something that this elf girl has done that legitimately this person is at least correct in not talking to them. And so now I'm just like, with this mermaid girl, and like, these cards are just sassy, so tone down the crazy and try again from our mermaid girl. Sweetie, I think you should keep that private. This person might not be as like sassy as those cards are making them sound, but like, for me, it's almost like the mermaid girl actually doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And it's almost kind of like, if they're telling this person like, hey, you're being kind of crazy about this, that like, this is, and it's not intentional, but our mermaid girl is potentially gaslighting our fairy girl. Like, they don't know what's going on here. Is this mermaid girl's intentions good? Like, what are the intentions here? Page of Pentacles, it seems like it. Eight of Cups. Wheel of Fortune, I think yes. If this person is kind of handling things a little bit poorly, or they don't know what the hell is going on, and so they're responding in this way, the mermaid girl's intentions seem pretty good. They're really trying to like patch things up. I just think that they don't understand what's going on here between these two people. So what did this elf girl actually do? Knight of Pentacles, something kind of long-term. See, there's like a long-term probably pattern going on between these other two people that like the other two friends don't get. And because the pattern's not going on with them personally, they're just like, oh no, that person's not like this. And it's just like, that's not always true. People have different sorts of relationships with each other. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. This is kind of like someone like, I don't know, just being a long-term bitch to somebody else. Or like trying to like cut them down. Yeah, there's something going on here. Like, there is something going on here with this like elf girl. It's like, it's almost like passive aggressive energy, which is why the other two might not be able to pick up on it. Knight of Coins, Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands. Queen of Swords, Eight of Wands, that's like verbal attack. Knight of Coins, that's long term. It also could be like subdued, right? It's like, it's something that unless you're really paying attention to it, people who aren't aware aren't going to pick up on it. So there is something, there's like something legitimately weird going on with that elf girl. And now like this elf girl is like honestly, this mermaid girl and this fawn girl are kind of being flying monkeys right now. They're kind of being flying monkeys right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what kind of our major messages are from this. Because good Lord. Devil popped out. And the Five of Wands. And the Emperor. Okay. Three of Swords above that Devil. Death is on top of the Five of Wands and the World. Here's the thing. At the moment, judging by what I see here, Three of Swords, Death, the World on the top row. The Devil, Five of Wands, Emperor, I believe that is our King of Wands, elf girl. It seems like this fairy girl is correct to like this, the fairy girl is like ending a cycle with somebody who does look like fucking toxic. It's like, no, I'm not dealing with this anymore. And now we've got two people who don't know what this shit is going on, like trying to like salvage a situation that should end. That's what this looks like to me. Yeah, whatever this is, it's like long-term stress. the moon and death. Oh, that's like people don't understand. Like I'm saying, people, for some reason, there are people involved with this situation who don't understand why this person is acting like they are. The World, Five of Pentacles, and it's just like, there is some way this elf girl has been treating the fairy girl that is just like not okay. And it's sort of like the fairy girl is just like, no, and I don't need to explain myself either. Which is fine. The Devil. The Hanged Man, and it's because from what I can see, the elf girl is the drama. They are the villain. And there's something about this. This is probably one of y'all, okay? This is one of y'all, Tower. I knew the Tower was gonna come out. This is one of y'all with that startup and everything that is getting like some sort of success with the work that they've been doing. And it's sort of like, once this success is coming in, it's kind of like, if you've been thinking about ending things, it's sort of like it's prompting you. Like it's almost like you might be listening to the reads that I'm giving and going, okay, but like if it actually happens, if I actually do get this win or success, that'll be my sign. Then I know I'll have to cut these people out, or this one person at least. That's how you might be listening to this. And so when it actually happens, this is when this is going to go down. Because what I see here under this Five of Wands is we have like the Fool, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Wands. It's sort of like with whatever this new period of your life is, because it's saying startup, that like you could be an entrepreneur, something like that. I don't know. It's at least a creative project. It's sort of like you're going, okay, like I don't have any more time for this garbage. Like I'm moving into this period of my life and this person's not coming. And it's this Emperor, whoever they are. Six of Swords, like, yeah, that's just like, we're leaving. We're leaving, and some of it like is in secret. Like, I don't know that you're communicating this, like, that's fine though. Because what I get is like, if you did, like this person would like try and attack you anyway. Like, I don't know, but like, or if you are that fairy girl, like, I'm gonna have to ask. But I mean, it seems like that seems like the collective energy, like based on the reads, because I just said like you would be the one having the win that I've been talking about. And so like that's what's going on here. But like to outside people, right, if they don't understand the dynamics or whatever, what that can look like to people who don't get it is like you're getting a win, and so now you're too good for everybody else. So I'm just saying, like, that's kind of one of the things that you're maybe going to have to deal with, which, you know, it sucks. What about these other two? Like, I'm going to look at this Hanged Man. Will our other two friends here, our mermaid girl and our fawn girl, will they eventually see this elf girl as a problem, as an issue? Most likely, I think so. I think they're going to figure out, because I have the Four of Wands, the Sun, the Ten of Cups, and the High Priestess. This seems to me that they're eventually going to understand like why you had to keep quiet about certain things. How would they be figuring that out? It's just going to show with the energy. It's kind of like you don't have to do anything, which I don't think, yeah, it's going to show. Like the community energy is going to shift, and like this is like kind of showing like manipulation perhaps, like when this shift happens. Yes, because our King of Wands is back again. It's sort of like people are going to see somehow that, like, because the Magician, we have the Page of Swords and the King of Wands. This is someone who is being verbally or psychologically manipulative. It is likely that people are going to see that. Will our fairy girl be able to maintain friendships with our mermaid girl and fawn girl? Yes, it seems like it. It seems like it. It doesn't seem like you're losing all of your friends. This is just a rough patch. It's just a rough patch, and they need to come to Jesus about their other friend. But it seems like you're not losing everybody, but you're most definitely, from what it looks like to me, making the correct decision in cutting this other person out. So I'm really sorry if like one of your friends is like being kind of gaslighty. I'm super sorry about that. What that is meant to do, if like that is making you feel wobbly in your decision, what I am seeing here is you need to stick to your guns about this. Okay, because I think that person really does like care about you both, but they don't get it. They don't get it, okay? So can we get some final outcome advice here? So to me, this is indicative of like these wins coming in for the community, because now we're getting like more specific stories about what's gonna happen for y'all. Final outcome, it just seems like you're planning for the future, like secretly. Two of Wands, Seven of Swords, Page of, like, it seems like you're taking the advice that once you get this, it's sort of like that's going to be your confirmation, if you've been listening to my reads and other reads like it, that like we're not talking out of our ass. And so you've also heard messages of like you need to keep this shit to yourself. So as you go into your future with this win, it's like you're moving in silence now. You're keeping things close to your chest with this new opportunity that you're getting. Okay, so let's go ahead and get Jesus on it and conclude with the highest authority, because, well, that's rough. It really does seem like things are gonna end up very positively for you. All right, let's get our Jesus. We'll do him in threes, unless of course some extra jumps out. Sometimes we get a deal on Jesus. We sometimes get 4 for the price of 3. Jesus is very generous. Oh, see? 4 for the price of 3. Probably 5 too. Let's see. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. That message has been coming out saying that like this is the true manifestation of your heart. Like you have created this your heart-based energy is coming back to you in materiality in a crystallized form that is tangible to you. Let's see. Whatever you ask in my name, that I will do. I would also say that probably if you're feeling very freaked out, because it seems like you actually are kind of scared of this other person, like you have likely guardians that will like offer you protection from whatever this person is doing. Nobody has struck me as any sort of like practitioner or magician or doing spell work in any of this. That doesn't matter though, you are still ganged up, okay, on the 5D, on the astral plane. So if you're feeling actually like threatened, ask your team for further protection. Everyone who lives in me and believes in me will never die. And this is just you keeping the faith in yourself and in what you're doing. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. And just trust that this is going to work out, especially because like the bread of life, whoever comes to me will never go hungry and never go thirsty. Like you're going to have like whatever you've been working on is going to be successful enough, likely eventually, that like you are going to be able to live off of it. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. This is striking me more as that negative energy trying to like it's very much, especially if that person was ever involved. Actually, let me ask that. Was this elf girl ever involved in what the fairy girl was creating? It seems like it. It seems like it. They might have given their input at one time. And so now this is kind of a tie-in to like, I made that bitch famous. Like this is someone like trying to establish that whatever has worked out for you, like if they gave you criticism or some sort of help or assistance at one point, that everything that you have done, now they have some sort of ownership on that. And like, it's like a no. It's a no. Like whatever energy they feel like they gave to the project, there is something about it. There's something about their perception that is off. And in fact, like when I've gotten this sort of message before, if this person actually did contribute something at a specific time, this would have been one of the people that determined the whole thing to be stupid, and they would have made that very clear to you. And now that things are actually profitable, they want to kind of Ten of Swords their situation. And it's just like, no. All right, so let us go ahead and end on the highest authority, which of course is Bob. We will hear from the word of Bob, who is good all the time. Let's see what Bob has to say. Oh, Bob is always so wise, so wise. Okay, I'm gonna rearrange this a little bit. Now, the first word of Bob. I think each of us at some time in our life has wanted to paint a picture, and that's create. What you have done is create successfully. And what some of this is striking me as is maybe this other person over here, you know, they gave up, right? They might want to create things, but for whatever reason, they haven't been able to do that for themselves yet. Maybe at all, or just maybe not on the scale that you have. But like I said, this person put the Ten of Swords in whatever they were doing with you, so that's on them because you carried on with the work. Bob also says, whatever makes you happy, you put it in your world. So yes, this is your world. And I would say kind of if we reverse that statement, it's not quite what we want to say, because the reverse is whatever makes you unhappy, you take it out of your world. That's not quite nuanced enough, because there are some things that are not pleasing to us that will make us unhappy that are in fact necessary parts of our world. And if we try to remove everything that makes us uncomfortable or unhappy, that is not dealing with reality. So I would change the statement to, whatever is directly harmful, toxic to your world, whatever is in the long term, in the long run, it's a repetitive pattern. It hasn't changed no matter what you've done. It's just not working out, and it is actively harming you. That is what you take out of your world. Not necessarily just the things that aren't going your way or aren't making you happy all the time. Because within any relationship, friendship, family, whatever, co-worker, you all have your ups and downs. It doesn't mean when you hit a down, you just get rid of everybody, okay? That's not wise, okay? And then lastly from Bob, we just show you how, but you make the decisions when you have this much power. You have to make big decisions. We are the music makers. We are the dreamers of dreams. And yes, when you understand your own power, and that isn't everybody, it's just that people have different levels of awareness around that issue of personal power, personal influence. When you are more in your power, when you have more understanding of that anyway, you begin to understand the ramifications of your actions and interactions with others. And that in fact, there are people in this world, in fact, a lot of people in this world who perhaps aren't in a place to make those big decisions because their wise self, their adult self, their grown-up self isn't running the show. Their child self might not even be running the show. They could have something else entirely running the show. And so, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. And when you are a creator and a powerful creator, the moves you make are going to have way more impact. So it is just a reminder that as you go, yes, you will have to become increasingly mindful of how you are operating with people. Because when you have more power, you can't just fling your hand out like that, right? Because for me, like flinging my hand out like this and like proverbially, flinging my hand out, let's say I accidentally hit someone. Okay, well, it's just gonna be a little slap, right? You know, we just, oh, I'm so sorry. If I am I don't know, Joe Biden, okay, or Donald Trump, or someone with like within the realm of like celebrity and politics, if I am Elon Musk, if I am Jeff Bezos, me doing that and hitting somebody, it's not just a little oopsie, okay? Like, when those sorts of people are careless, it affects thousands to tens of thousands to entire nations' lives, for the positive or the negative. And like, that's what you have to contend with when you start becoming the greatest magician of the age, and perhaps the greatest magician of all time. And so, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, on that note, I am your GM, your game master for this, the game of life, for however long it is you need me to be such. I am also, of course, the greatest magician of the age, and perhaps the greatest magician of all time, and together you and I will perform the greatest magic trick of all time. We will reverse the polarities of the world, make America great for once, fly this boat to the moon somehow, shift the world onto the mega happy timeline, perhaps leaving it a much better place than it ever has been before. Because we are, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, crawling on the planet's face, some insects called the human race, lost in time and lost in space and meaning.